Welcome to Learn English with Stories. Today, you will listen to an emotional and inspiring story called The Promise I Could Not Keep. This story uses simple English to help you improve your listening, speaking, and vocabulary skills. Relax, listen carefully, and enjoy the story. My name is David, and this is a story about a promise I could not keep. When I was 12 years old, my best friend was a boy named Ethan. We lived on the same street and went to the same school. Every morning we walked to school together. Every afternoon we played soccer in the park behind our houses. During the summer we rode our bicycles for hours and talked about our dreams. Ethan wanted to become a pilot because he loved airplanes. I wanted to become a writer because I loved stories. We believed we would always be friends. One warm summer evening, we sat beside a small lake near our neighborhood. The water was calm and the sky was full of beautiful colors. We talked about the future. Ethan suddenly became quiet and looked at the lake. Then he turned to me and said, "David, do you think we will still be friends when we are adults?" I laughed and said, "Of course, why wouldn't we?" Ethan smiled, but still looked worried. He picked up a small stone and threw it into the water. "Promise me," he said softly, "that no matter where life takes us, we will stay friends." I looked at him and answered without thinking, "I promise, nothing will ever change that." We shook hands and laughed. At that moment, the promise felt easy. I believed there was no reason we would ever stop being friends. A few weeks later, everything changed. Ethan came to my house one afternoon with a serious expression on his face. I knew something was wrong. He sat on the front steps and told me that his father had found a new job in another state. His family would move away at the end of the month. I felt as if the ground disappeared beneath me. I did not know what to say. We had spent almost every day together for years. The thought of him leaving seemed impossible. For the rest of the month, we spent as much time together as we could. We played soccer, rode our bikes, and visited our favorite places in town. We wanted to create memories before he left. On the day of the move, I stood outside his house and watched workers load boxes into a truck. Ethan hugged me and said, "Don't forget your promise." I smiled and replied, "I won't. We'll talk every week." Then he got into the car, waved goodbye, and disappeared down the road. For the first few months, we did exactly what we promised. We called each other every weekend. Ethan told me about his new school, his new teachers, and the friends he was making. I told him about everything happening in our town. Sometimes we talked for an hour or more. Even though he was far away, our friendship felt strong. A few months later, Ethan began writing letters to me. He loved writing about his adventures and included funny stories from school. Every time I received one of his letters, I smiled. I always planned to write back, but I often waited too long. Sometimes I replied weeks later. Sometimes I did not reply at all. Ethan never stopped trying to stay connected. As time passed, life became busier. I joined the school soccer team. Homework became more difficult. I started spending more time with new friends. Ethan still called regularly, but sometimes I was busy. "I'll call you tomorrow," I often said. Tomorrow came and went. Then another tomorrow came and went. Sometimes weeks passed before we spoke again. Ethan never complained. He always sounded happy to hear my voice. But I noticed that he was usually the one making the effort. One day, Ethan called while I was at a friend's house. I saw his name on my phone and decided to call him later. Later never came. A few days after that, he left a message saying he hoped everything was okay. I listened to the message and felt a little guilty, but I still did not call him back. Months turned into years. Our conversations became rare. Eventually, they stopped completely.
At first, I noticed the silence. Then I became used to it. I told myself that life was busy and that losing touch with people was normal. Deep inside, however, I knew I had broken my promise. Every now and then I found one of Ethan's old letters in a drawer. I would read it and remember our friendship. For a moment, I would think about calling him. Then I would become distracted by something else. The years continued to pass. After high school, I went to college in another city. My life became even busier. I made new friends and focused on my studies. Sometimes, when I thought about Ethan, I wondered how he was doing. Was he happy? Did he become a pilot? Did he ever think about me? Still, I never reached out. I always told myself I would do it another day. One rainy afternoon, many years later, I returned to my parents' house to help clean the attic. While searching through old boxes, I found a photo album. Inside were pictures from my childhood. There were photos of birthday parties, school events, and family vacations. Then I found a picture of Ethan and me sitting beside the lake. We were smiling and holding fishing rods. Seeing that photo brought back a flood of memories. I remembered our adventures, our laughter, and the promise we made. Suddenly, I felt ashamed. Ethan had trusted me, and I had failed him. That night, I could not stop thinking about him. I searched for his name online. After several hours, I finally found a social media profile that looked familiar. The picture showed an adult man standing beside a small airplane. It was Ethan. My heart beat faster. I stared at the screen for a long time, unsure what to do. Finally, I sent him a message. I wrote, "Hi, Ethan. I don't know if you remember me, but I think about our friendship often. I know I broke my promise, and I'm sorry. You were one of the best friends I ever had. I should have stayed in touch." After sending the message, I felt nervous. I wondered if he would ignore me. Maybe he was angry. Maybe he had forgotten about me completely. Hours passed with no reply. Then, late that evening, my phone made a sound. Ethan had answered. His message was simple. He wrote, "Of course I remember you, David." I smiled immediately. Then I continued reading. I was hurt when we stopped talking. I didn't understand why. But I never forgot our friendship. People make mistakes. The important thing is learning from them. Tears filled my eyes. I realized he was giving me something I did not deserve so easily: forgiveness. We exchanged messages for hours. A few days later, we talked on the phone. Hearing his voice again felt strange and familiar at the same time. We laughed about old memories and shared stories about our lives. Ethan had achieved his dream and become a pilot. I had become a writer. We talked about the years we missed and the lessons we learned. Several months later, Ethan invited me to visit him. I accepted immediately. When I arrived at the small airport where he worked, I saw him walking toward me with a smile on his face. For a moment, it felt like we were children again. We spent the entire day talking. We visited a local restaurant, walked through a nearby park, and shared memories from the past. Before I left, Ethan showed me the first airplane he had ever flown by himself. He looked proud and happy. Seeing him achieve his dream made me proud too. Before ending the visit, Ethan said something I will never forget. He said, "A true friendship may become quiet, but it doesn't always disappear." Those words stayed with me. Today, Ethan and I are friends again. We don't talk every day, but we make time for each other. I learned that promises are easy to make, but sometimes difficult to keep.
Friendship requires effort, attention, and time. If you care about someone, don't wait for tomorrow to tell them. Tomorrow can become months, and months can become years. I could not keep the promise I made as a child, but I was lucky enough to receive a second chance. Not everyone gets that opportunity. That is why I now do my best to appreciate the people in my life, because true friendship is one of the most valuable gifts we can ever have. Thank you for listening to this story. If you enjoyed it, keep practicing your English every day. Remember, every story teaches us something valuable, and every day is a new chance to become better than yesterday.